What's up YouTube, it's Chris and I'm back with another video. In today's video we're going to go over 16 ways you can cut expenses every month. The list is long, so I'm going to try to rip through the video. So I have a bunch of videos coming up and one of them is going to be about budgeting. But I thought before I make that video I should go over the reduction of expenses because it's going to be a major part of budgeting. If you don't make a lot every month or you do make enough but you're overspending so you can't stick to the budget, you're going to need to know how to reduce your expenses. So I thought it'd be smart to make that video first. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, so first let me explain how this spreadsheet works. It's very simple. First of all, in this column over here you have your expenses. I have 16 things that I could think of. These are, my expenses every month. You may have more, you may have less. But this is what I have here. If you need to, you could add to it. But let this work or act as a template for you to build from. In the next column we have the current cost, which you currently pay every month for this particular expense. And then in the next column we have the reduction method. What steps you would take to reduce this expense. Alright, in the next column we have the cost of method. Okay, usually to reduce these expenses, sometimes you have to buy something or do something that costs you money. And the spreadsheet helps you figure out whether it's even worth your time or effort to do the reduction method. So that's why we have the cost of the method here, because that's an important piece to factor in. If it costs you, like here, let's look at line 3 for gas. If you're currently paying $80 for your gas bill, and not $75 will certainly be worth it, but let's just say the cost to reduce that bill was, $1,000. That just wouldn't even make sense to do. So that's why we have the cost of method here, so you can factor in whether it's even worth it. In the next column, we have the new cost. So what will your new bill be? That's what we want to have here. And then in the last column, we have your potential savings, so you can do all the math. So let's start going through these things, and mainly what we're going to cover is the reduction methods. So the first one we have rent and mortgage, which is everyone's most expensive expense. And frankly, you can move. That's pretty extreme. Everybody can't do that, but most people probably can. A lot of people I find are just stuck to their city because they don't know why. They just are too afraid to move. Not me. We wanted to move to LA for a long time, and that was the plan really up until recently, where the housing costs are just unfair. It just doesn't even make sense. And then if you own a business out there, the taxes are ridiculous. It's just not worth it to us. We're going to go somewhere where it's cheaper to live, and we don't need to make as much money. That's a lot of people think that there's a lot of people that think they need millions and millions of dollars to be comfortable. And yeah, maybe if you want to live in Malibu, but you could at one time you could live in Atlanta, but the cost of living has gone up there. It's almost equal to the DC area at this point. But you could go to Atlanta or just a cheaper city and buy the same quality and type of home for 90% off. So it just doesn't make sense to pay all that to us. To you, it might. You might like the weather, but me, I feel like, hey, look, we can travel. And traveling there and staying somewhere in the winter is cheaper than spending all that money on a house. So anyway, so some people can move. You could just simply move and, you might be able to get more for your money. Going down to gas, you might not even have gas where you live, but if you do have gas, one way you could reduce the heating bill in the winter is to use space heaters. These space heaters, you can get them from Walmart, especially like after season. Like if you catch them in the spring or right before summer, they have them on clearance. They're like $35, $40. Or you can just go on Amazon and find some good ones. And I'll link some in the description below. But space heaters, on a high end, for one with a remote, there's auto timer and all of that, you might spend $75 to heat up a large space. You want to make sure you get a heater that matches the room. Don't get an overpowered large one for a small bedroom. It's going to be overkill, and you just don't need all of that. So $75, new cost $60. Let's say it takes $20 off per month. After 4 months, you break even. In fact, actually, you're positive $5, and every month after that, you'll begin to really save $20 a month. As a matter of fact, let's add another column in here. All right, so you have your break-even time. And let's go over this with, we're on gas, so let's just do that. So you break even after about 4 months. So you can see that that's worth it. Here you break even, and after 3 months. I mean, after 3 months, you're positive. In your third month, you're positive. So this column is very important. Actually, I can't believe I missed it the first time around when I made this. But you need to know how long it'll take to break even. That's how you really know whether it's worth it. And I would say if something takes longer than a year, it's probably not worth it. We're looking for things that take a few months to start seeing us actual savings. And you're just going to go through this. So let's move on to electricity. One thing you could do to save on electricity is get LED bulbs. LED bulbs use a much smaller wattage than your regular incandescent or even those spiral bulbs. So where an incandescent bulb might use 60 watts, an LED may use, what is it? I think 5 watts. So it's a significant difference. And I actually caught some on sale. I think a box was a box of 4 was $2 at Walmart. I don't think they're that cheap now. You got to kind of catch them, but I'll also link those in the description below. Moving on to water and trash. You can get low flow aerators, and a lot of people don't know about this, but you can just go to Amazon and get these little aerators. When you run the faucet in the bathroom or even in the kitchen, you can just change the aerator inside of there. It's a little thing where the water comes out. You just unscrew it and then you screw another one there. What it does is restrict the water flow, and usually homes come with, it's like 2.5 gallons per minute, and you can get a low flow one that'll dispense 1.5 gallons per minute. Now, yeah, it'll take longer to fill up the sink, but how often are you filling up the sink? And if you fill up the sink all the time, then maybe you don't want to put an aerator there. But in the bathrooms, I mean, you can go as low as even 0.5 gallons per minute if you're just simply rinsing off your hands like in a powder room. Definitely worth it. They're like $5, and you'll see a huge water reduction there. So you can really see the potential savings there. All right, moving on. HOA, move. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. Maintenance on the home. Mostly lawn care is something that people usually see once or twice or 4 times a month, depending on where you live. And if you pay someone to do that, you can do it yourself. Car note, and I will make a whole video on cars. First of all, I'm a real big car buff, but buy a good car and keep it. All right, insurance. I mean, you could drive less, and this kind of goes back to the first thing when I said move. It wasn't just move for lower cost of living, but also you can move closer to your job. If you lived across the street or down the street from your job, you could ride a bike or you could walk to work, or even if it was just like 5 miles away, it's a short commute. You can go home for lunch. That'll save on food. You don't have to drive as far. It saves on gas, and you're not putting as many miles on your car, so your insurance will be cheaper. Another thing you could do is take a driver's course. Many insurance companies will give you a discount if you stay up to date on your driver's education. And then also you could use the app Root. You basically download the app, and it just tracks your driving. And then after you've done the test drive, it gives you a rate. And most people save a lot of money. Mine was like what I was paying now. Actually, I think it was like $2 more, so I didn't deal with it. And that was probably because my wife didn't do the test drive, and she still wouldn't be done. I started that thing in January. It's almost August, and she still would not have been done with her test drive because she hasn't driven all 2019. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to cell phone. You can get a family plan, or if you're single, I mean, you can still get a family plan, but link up with a friend or a group of friends that you trust, and get a family plan. Why pay $50 or $60 or $70 a month yourself when you guys can all get together and get a family plan? I have a family plan with T-Mobile, and I pay $126 a month for 5 lines, unlimited everything, hotspots, and They got the binge stuff. I get T-Mobile Tuesdays. I mean, I don't think you can beat anything like that. Cable and internet. Okay. One thing you can do here is drop the cable. Most people stream anyway, and pretty much everything you want to watch is on Hulu or Netflix or Amazon Prime. Drop the cable. I mean, the cable alone is going to be more than Amazon Prime, Netflix, and Hulu combined every month. So drop that and just get internet only. I used to sell Comcast a long time ago and Charter and all those things. Now what you want to do to always stay in a promotion, this video is getting really long, but what you can do to always stay in a promotion is when it's up, what we used to do, say, hey, do you have a family member? Okay, you want to cancel the service and then put in the family member's name, preferably one that doesn't have the same last name. Okay, so that's one way you hack that. I'm going to probably link it somewhere around here. Go see my other video on how to hack the cable companies. Okay, it's a lot of information, but it'll save you a lot of money every month. All right, so yeah, just get internet and also stop renting the modems and routers. Buy the modem, buy the router. You might spend like $130 total for both, and they'd be really good. And that's it. You bought it once, and you can use it with Charter or Comcast. They work with one another. Time Warner, Spectrum, whatever. You can use them for different companies. The only company I don't think you can use it for is Verizon, but you can most certainly use the router for anything. But I don't know if they use the same modem. All right, moving on. Security. I've never had an alarm system, but if I did, I would definitely go with one that doesn't require a subscription. I don't think Ring does. Just find some that just work and hook up to your internet wirelessly. Don't pay anybody monthly for that stuff. All someone has to do is cut your lines or rip the box off. The wireless ones work the best, but still, if they cut your cable line outside the house, it's not calling anybody. And that's the thing they don't tell you. You have to really ask, and hopefully you got a good agent that's selling you the security. It's not 100%, and thieves know that. I mean, no one, but in my experience, the majority, 99.9% of thieves are really stupid. But yeah, they just will cut the line. I mean, it's not calling anybody. All right, so fuel, that's a major expense. Drive less. If you moved close to your job, you would drive less. Shop online when possible. Amazon, I love it. Now, especially they have 1-day shipping. And carpool where possible. The other thing I would say with fuel is take advantage of fuel coupons. Like I only get Shell gas, and I sign up with rewards with all these companies. Shell, I have fuel rewards. I have a BP rewards card. I think I have a Chevron, but I usually use Shell, and the reason I usually use Shell, one of the main reasons I use Shell is because of T-Mobile Tuesdays. If you are not familiar, download that app if you have T-Mobile, okay? Every week for like the past 3 months, I've been getting 10% off per gallon, up to 19 gallons on Tuesdays. So, and it's good from Tuesday to Friday, I want to say. And yeah, I use that on top of my fuel rewards. Every time you get gas and you swipe your fuel rewards card, you get 3 to 5 cents off, depending on how often you fill up. And I have big tanks in my car, so I'm at 5 cents, and it stacks on top of the T-Mobile Tuesdays, and then it stacks on top of, like here in the DC area, on Tuesdays, premium gas is 20 cents off. Then I get the additional 10 cents off from T-Mobile Tuesday. Then I get the additional 5 cents off from my fuel rewards. So stuff adds up, okay? So sign up for stuff like that. If you shop at Safeway or, I forgot Safeway subsidiaries or Kroger, you don't have to get Kroger gas. You can it still works at like BP and Shell. So utilize those things. When you have your Kroger card, you can use that at Shell gas station. So use those things and get those discounts. I remember one time we went on a road trip. Gas was like $3 a gallon. I used all those things to just stack. I had like $1 something off per gallon. We paid like $1 and some change for gas. It was amazing. Filled up the Suburban for like $18. All right, moving on. Food and groceries. Eat out less and use coupons. If you're not a coupon clipper, I'm not. I'm not going through those those papers and clipping all that stuff out. It's too much. But you can use, I wish I had my phone, but you can download apps. So here in the DC area we have Safeway. So I download the Safeway app, and it tells you, I mean, it has a lot of, you can just go through the app, type in what you need to buy, and it'll tell you if they have a coupon for it, and you just tap it, it'll add it to your account, and when you go to checkout, you just punch in your phone number or swipe your card, and it discounts everything. Most of the time, they always have 10% off your purchase, or let me say it this way, $5 off $50, or $10 off $60, or if you spend $75, you get $10 off. They always have something like that. I just got something 2 days ago, said I have $5 off $50, so I just add that. If I go to Safeway, it'll take that off. So do that. Of course, like I said, eat out less. That's a major expense. Subscriptions, you need to go through what do you really need. All right, so Netflix and Amazon is important for me and my family because my kids watch shows on Netflix and Amazon, and so that's important for me. So we need those, and also AAA. I like AAA also because when we travel, we get discounts. And then, of course, we have older cars. I've only needed to use it once in the 2 years I've had those old cars, but still, AAA is something good to have. It's $100-something a year for the top of the line one. You need to go through what you really need. But magazines, I don't do that. I mean, there's enough entertainment, knowledge, and education on YouTube, and a lot of times those magazines are free online. So see if there's a free alternative online to the subscriptions you have. A gym, I work out at home. Finally, we're back down to couponing. I already talked about T-Mobile Tuesday, Safeway apps, free rewards, and Walmart Savings Catcher. Now, this used to work a whole lot better than it does now. Mine doesn't work at all, but you got to link a card to it now, and I kind of don't. And they make you check out with this Savings Catcher. But before, I would save hundreds of dollars a year. And the way it works is, I'll tell you how it used to work and how it works now. So what would happen is we go to Walmart, we would shop, scan the receipt, and then it would look all around to compare prices. If someone else had a better price, Walmart would give us the difference. Well, they changed that a lot now. So now, first of all, I noticed they had gradually stopped comparing it to so many stores because they were losing so much money. Usually for things like toilet paper and soaps, Walgreens and CVS is going to beat them out because they usually beat them out. So they stopped comparing them to them. And what they do now is require that you use your cell phone to scan it to check out. Problem is, for most people, it doesn't work. You can let me know. I'm curious to know in the comments, does your Walmart Savings Catcher still work if you use that? And let me know in the comments what you think about the video. Some things I may have missed. What other savings methods you use every month to save money. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste.